This video will provide information about scams you may encounter while you are in the United States. This includes scam basics, scam tactics, and examples of common scams. First, we will discuss scam basics. What is a scam? A scam is any crime designed to take your money or personal information. There are different types of scams. One type is an immigration scam. As international students and scholars in the United States, you may find yourself particularly vulnerable to this type of scam. Another common type of scam is a tax or Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, scam. These include Social Security scams. Other common types of scams include international and romance scams. Who gets scammed? Anyone can be the target of a scam. However, scammers will often contact the most vulnerable people to get their money or personal information. What is a scammer's goal? A scammer's goal is to get as much money from their target as possible. Where do scams take place? Most scams are conducted via phone call or email. How do scams occur? Scammers may try to convince you to reveal your personal details, steal your personal information, or even get you to willingly hand over your money. Next, we will discuss common tactics used by scammers. These include claims of fraud or crime requiring immediate action, using legal language, concealing their identities, using fear, continuing contact, using isolation, demanding personal information, and/or requiring payments. Lastly, we will share common scams to illustrate the tactics used by scammers in real situations. Immigration scams can be very scary. A scammer may claim to be a U.S. immigration official and request a payment of money or the sharing of personal identity information under the threat of arrest or finding an immigration law violation. Common examples include calls demanding an international student tax or visa fee requiring payment, and websites charging fees to enter the green card H-1B lottery, or trying to convince you that you have won the lottery and must pay and give personal information to collect. Tax or IRS scams often target everyone, not just international students and scholars. A scammer may claim to be an IRS official and request a payment of money or the sharing of personal identifying information in order to facilitate a tax return or under the threat of finding a tax law violation. Keep in mind that if you have a Social Security number, SSN, you may be subject to additional scams. Common examples include emails claiming to be from the IRS, informing you that you are eligible for a tax refund for a specific amount. The fake email instructs you to click on a link to access a refund claim form. The form requests personal information that the scammers can use to access your bank account or credit card account. And third-party tax forms that attempt to collect the refund that is rightfully yours. International scams also exist. These scams often target people from a specific country or that speak a specific language. Common examples include the Chinese consulate scam. People across the United States have reported getting a call or message, often in Mandarin Chinese, saying that they have to pick up a package at the Chinese consulate office, or that they need to provide information to avoid problems with the Chinese consulate. Then the caller asks for a bank or credit card information or demands the victim make a bank transfer to them. The majority of the victims have Chinese names, and many identify themselves as visiting students or faculty from China. Another example is notario fraud. U.S. notary publics are different from notarios públicos in many Latin American countries. U.S. notary publics do not offer legal advice or services concerning immigration, unlike notarios públicos in many Latin American countries. If you see an ad in the United States that associates notary publics with immigration matters, do not use this service. If you are seeking legal representation in an immigration matter, consult a lawyer or abogado. Finally, Romance scams use online dating as a tool to collect money. Romance scammers create fake profiles on dating sites and apps and contact their targets through popular social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, or Google Hangouts to strike up a relationship with their targets and ask for money. This concludes the first section of the Scams module. We know this information can be frightening, but we hope this video has equipped you with the knowledge you need to identify scams. Acquiring this knowledge is the first step towards protecting yourself and others. The next video will focus on the kinds of communications you should and should not expect from the U.S. government, embassies, and local law enforcement.